breaking down a really cool European research project called CODECO. Think of it as a smart brain for our digital future, a future that's quickly moving way beyond the limits of the traditional cloud. It's tackling one of the biggest, most complex challenges in computing right now.
So let's just dive right in. Every single second, our phones, our smart homes, our cars, our factories, they're all creating this absolute tsunami of data. Now, the old way of doing things was to send all that data to some distant, centralized cloud. But honestly, that's creating a massive digital traffic jam. It's just getting too slow, too congested for the real-time world we're trying to build.
So, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll really get a handle on the problem of data overload. Then, we'll look at the new vision needed to solve it. We'll introduce the tool for the job, CODECO, and then we'll meet the expert team of components that makes it all tick. And finally, we'll see the incredible impact this tech could have on all of us.
Okay, Section 1, the problem. Let's really dig into the core challenge that CODECO was designed to solve, because it forces us to completely rethink where our computing actually happens.
You see, the old way meant every little piece of data had to go on this long journey to a massive data center, sometimes thousands of miles away. That creates delays, what we call latency, and that is an absolute deal breaker for apps that need to react in the blink of an eye. The new way is called edge computing. It's all about bringing the processing power right to where the data is being created, to the edge of the network. This means you get instant decisions and you get to bypass all those digital traffic jams. And this idea completely reframes the entire picture. We have to stop thinking of the cloud and the edge as two separate places. The real goal here is to create a cloud-edge IoT continuum. It's a single, seamless fabric of computing that stretches all the way from those huge data centers down to the tiniest sensors in our gadgets. It's kind of like one giant distributed supercomputer.
Okay, but if you have this massive, spread-out supercomputer, you run into a brand new problem. How on earth do you manage applications that need to run anywhere and everywhere all at the same time?
And this really gets to the heart of it. The applications themselves have to change. They can't be these big, clunky, static programs anymore. They need to be super lightweight, totally portable, and mobile, so they can run wherever they're needed most, across this whole continuum. And managing that, well, that takes a completely new kind of intelligence. And the key to managing all this complexity is a concept called orchestration. It's the automated brain that coordinates everything. Right, so if the continuum is a massive digital orchestra with thousands of different instruments, orchestration is the conductor, making sure every single part plays in perfect harmony to create one beautiful, complex piece of music. Now, a system this ambitious doesn't just appear overnight. The CODECO project has been a deeply collaborative journey. You can see the architecture evolve super fast through 2024, pulling in feedback and expertise from a ton of partners all across Europe to really nail down the design before its final release. So, when you have a new, super complex problem like this, you need a powerful new tool. And that tool, you guessed it, is CODECO. So what is it exactly? Well, in simple terms, CODECO is a smart orchestration framework. Now, a lot of you probably know about Kubernetes, or K8. It's the industry standard for managing applications. The brilliant thing about CODECO is that it's designed to plug right into Kubernetes, basically acting as an intelligent brain sitting on top, making it aware of this whole new complex landscape. And this is what makes its approach so revolutionary. See, standard orchestrators, they mostly just look at computing resources, like CPU and memory. CODECO is different. It takes this holistic three-part view. It analyzes the data itself, the compute resources that are available, and the network connecting them. That three-pronged approach is the paradigm shift that makes its decisions so much smarter. So how does it actually pull all this off? Honestly, the best way to understand CODECO's architecture is to think of its 5 core components as a highly specialized management team, where each member has a really distinct and crucial job to do.
First up, you have ACM, which stands for Automated Configuration Management. This is the team's manager. It's the only component you ever actually talk to. You just give it your application's requirements, and it takes care of literally everything else, from the initial setup to managing the entire system. Next, let's meet MDM, the metadata manager. This is the team's data scientist. Its whole job is to treat data not as some afterthought, but as a critical first-class resource. It observes, catalogs, and understands all the data flowing through the system, creating what's called a knowledge graph that basically maps out everything and how it's all connected.
Then there's SWM, or Scheduling and Workload Migration. This is the smart dispatcher. Instead of just doing some simple filtering, It uses this really sophisticated analysis of all the options. It's like a GPS finding the absolute mathematically best route. It figures out the optimal place for any application to run at any given moment.
Now, at the very heart of this whole operation is PDLC. You can think of it as the AI strategist. This is the real machine learning brain of CODECO. It absorbs data from all the other components to understand the context of the entire system, learn its patterns, and even predict future behavior so it can make proactive, super intelligent recommendations.
And finally, holding it all together is NetMa, the network management and adaptation component. This is the team's network engineer. It's in charge of all the digital highways that connect everything, making sure those connections aren't just fast and reliable, but also totally secure. So when you put them all together, you have the manager, the data scientist, the dispatcher, the AI strategist, and the network engineer. And when they all work in concert, they create an orchestration system that is just so much more context-aware, adaptable, and efficient than anything that's come before it.
Okay, so we've met the expert team behind this powerful new framework, but here comes the most important part. Why does any of this matter? What does this kind of intelligent orchestration actually unlock for us in the real world?
Well, this technology is the key that unlocks so many of these future applications we're always hearing about. I mean, think about smart factories where robots react with microsecond precision. Or imagine truly immersive augmented reality with absolutely zero lag. Or smart cities that can reroute traffic instantly based on live data. These things stop being science fiction and start becoming possible with the kind of instant, localized processing that CODECO provides.
And really, that's the big takeaway here. This is all about a fundamental shift, a shift from a centralized model where the digital world lives somewhere else in a data center, to a decentralized one. It's about building a digital world where computing power is actually woven into the environment all around us, exactly where we need it, reacting the very moment we need it to.
A framework like CODECO gives us the intelligent foundation for this new, distributed future. It provides the tools. But it also leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. When our digital world is no longer just a place we visit, but a fabric that's truly everywhere, what incredible things will we build with it?